How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video as far as PlayStation updates and reveals go. We've got a new wave of PlayStation accessories dropping, and I gotta say, the new Midnight Black collection looks absolutely awesome from an aesthetic standpoint. I love all of my accessories in black. That's just how I find accessories look the best, but you know, I'm a sucker for the DualShock controller. The PSP design I thought was great, and now we're getting a lot of these accessories in black, so that's great. Virtuos is working on an unannounced remake using Unreal Engine 5, and I think everybody has an idea of what that game is going to be. We'll talk about that. And there were a lot of announcements from PlayStation's CES press event, and a lot of them are pretty cool. Nothing gaming related directly as far as new games, but adaptations into other mediums are coming, and we'll talk briefly about those. I typically don't cover that kind of stuff, but there were enough that I'm like, okay, let's talk about some of this stuff since I find some of it rather cool. But right off the bat, the new Midnight Black collection of PlayStation 5 accessories is launching next month. The latest PS5 accessories get a new look with the Midnight Black collection, bringing the Galaxy-inspired Midnight Black colorway to the PlayStation Portal Remote Player, DualSense Edge wireless controller, Pulse Elite wireless headset, and Pulse Explore wireless earbud. Now, before I get into this, I wish all of this was available right out the gate. Like, I feel like a lot of people would have picked the accessories up in this color variant if it was available right out the gate, but I get it. You want to streamline the releases so you have a wave of new stuff coming out and the hardcores are just gonna buy it in the new color variants. I get why they do what they do, but it is a little bit predatory. I feel maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but I do feel like that's a little whack. Each Midnight Black accessory features a unique, rich shade of black with sleek detailing on various buttons and accents such as PlayStation logo. The Midnight Black design extends to the included charging case for Pulse Explore earbuds, charging hanger for Pulse Elite headset, and carrying case for the DualSense Edge controller. The Pulse Elite wireless headset and Pulse Explore wireless earbuds will also include a felt gray carrying case. The new Midnight Black collection will be available at the following recommended retail prices, and from what I can tell, it's a direct correlation for the prices that are available for each of these products already, which is great because sometimes you see Sony juice up the prices on things that otherwise would be normal price points as far as different color variants. In the past, different color variants were always standard price points. Sometimes I've noticed that Sony will up the price of a DualSense controller in a different color variant here, you know, and they up the price of the DualSense controller across the board, but now it's like $75 for the standard controller, and then some of the controllers are $80. In this case, the Midnight Black collection, it seems like they're directly correlating with the prices already available. Now, to be fair, some of those price points are fairly high for some of these products, but the PlayStation Portal Remote Player Midnight Black will be $200, which PS Portal isn't my cup of tea, but the amount of people that I've seen say that they really love the Portal and it fits their life really well. In the case, it's usually for dads. I feel like dads, the PS Portal is perfect for them when their kids want to use the TV, or they're going into the bedroom and they can play a game, or they can chill on the couch and play a game while their kids are on the TV, watching TV, etc., etc. Or, you know, football season is heating up, you want to watch some football or have some football on and then play some PlayStation games at the same time. I feel like the PlayStation Portal does fit that niche very, very well. Is it going to be a product that everybody checks out? No, but I think for the people it's suited for, it's a really well done product. Game streaming is always a little bit janky depending on your internet connection, so that is always something to be mindful of. The Pulse Explore wireless earbuds will be $200, and then the Pulse Elite wireless headset will be $149, and then the DualSense Edge wireless controller will be $200 as well, so you can check that out. The Edge controller, while I do feel functionality-wise it's a great controller, $200 for a controller is just, I think it's crazy. $150 I think would have been ideal, but, you know, it is what it is. Alright, next up, moving on from that, Virtuos is working on an unannounced remake using Unreal Engine 5. By the looks of it, this is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remake on Unreal Engine 5. This has been corroborated by a lot of leakers, and a lot of reporters have been noting that Oblivion remake is coming. Oblivion came out all the way back in 2006, so getting close to the 20th anniversary here, and I would imagine that it's gonna be out this year, but if you can time it for January of 26, whatever the deal is, it's gonna be a major release. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion is an iconic game, while definitely not as iconic as Skyrim, I feel. Skyrim, just that 11/11 release date, I feel like was absolutely iconic. Oblivion, on the other hand, was a little bit before Elder Scrolls absolutely exploded, although Morrowind was big, Oblivion was big, I'm not trying to take anything away from it, but a full-on remake and hopefully some quality of life and accessibility improvements would be great, because I tried to go back and play Oblivion. Like, I played Oblivion briefly in 2006, couldn't really get into it. Then I played Skyrim, got really into that, and then I tried to circle back and play more of Oblivion, just couldn't really get into it. Now, I have friends that played Oblivion growing up, and they absolutely love Oblivion, they love Morrowind, but you know, Oblivion getting a ground-up remake is certainly something that'll be big and certainly something that a lot of people are going to check out. I would imagine that it's going to be a PlayStation 5 Day 1 title. I just think a game like this, you know, looking at what Microsoft is doing, Outer Worlds 2 being a Day 1 game, Doom the Dark Ages being a Day 1 game on PS5, I feel like there's a chance the established IPs are going to go directly on PlayStation Day 1, but we'll see. It seems to be very much a case-by-case basis, but I would imagine a PlayStation release at some point, although at this point, 16 months after its initial release, Starfield has yet to see a PlayStation 5 release, and honestly, I don't know how well Starfield's gonna do on PS5. The toothpaste is kind of out of the tube with that one in terms of it being exposed as a pretty mediocre game, and I like Starfield. I didn't even hate Starfield as much as a lot of other people. I thought it was a pretty fun game, although I think that game ultimately had the issue of, you know, so many planets, so much exploration, but you're diluting a lot of the content by trying to fit in so much content into a game of all of these planets. But nonetheless, Oblivion Remake, I do think is pretty exciting. Lastly, do want to highlight a bunch of cool announcements from PlayStation as far as a lot of their IPs entering other mediums and other entertainment mediums. Ghost of Tsushima is getting an anime. Now, they specifically noted Ghost of Tsushima Legends. I doubt that this is going to be a game starring Jin. I don't know. It's going to be coming to Crunchyroll in 2027 and produced by Aniplex, so that'll be pretty cool. Imagine it'll be a 12 to 13 episode series, but Ghost of Tsushima as an anime, I think something that'll work very, very well. The Horizon Zero Dawn series has now pivoted to being a Horizon Zero Dawn movie. So, speaking on stage at CES, Assad Kizilbash, head of PlayStation Productions, noted Columbia Pictures and PlayStation Productions are at the early stages of developing a film adaptation of the award-winning Horizon Zero Dawn. Just imagine Aloy's beloved origin story set in a vibrant, far-future world filled with giant machines, brought to you for the first time on the big screen. Given that it's in early production, I imagine we won't see this for years and years. We'll see how it turns out. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn, and I really think that that is an IP that can resonate on the big screen. I think to a wider audience, that story and that style could be very captivating, and we'll see how that turns out. I mean, Aloy, this character fighting giant mechs, I feel like that's pretty easy to market as far as a film goes, so I think there's a lot of potential in that. Hopefully they execute it well. And they also did announce a Helldivers 2 film is in production, which I think that'll do very, very well as well. If they get the comedy right on the big screen and let it retain the essence of Helldivers, I see that doing very, very well. Like, that is something that I wouldn't have thought about being something that PlayStation would do, but makes all the sense in the world. And if you really want to establish and grow the Helldivers IP, I think this is a great way to do so. So hopefully that turns out well, as I said. But that'll do it for me. Again, a new Midnight Black collection of PlayStation 5 accessories launching next month. I think those look great, and thankfully price points are the same as the existing price points. Virtuos working on a remake using Unreal Engine 5. Chances are that is the Oblivion remake, and some very cool adaptations coming in the future for PlayStation IPs. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.